There is a strange and tragic phenomenon observed by fishermen that perfectly explains human social dynamics. If you catch a single crab and place it in a bucket, you have to put a lid on it, or it will climb out and escape. It is strong, determined, and capable. But if you put a dozen crabs in the same bucket, you don't need a lid. You can leave it wide open. Why? Because the crabs will police themselves. The moment one ambitious crab climbs up the side and reaches the rim, the other crabs will reach up, grab its legs, and drag it back down into the pile. They don't do this to help themselves escape. They do it simply to stop the other one from leaving. This is known as crab mentality, and it is the single biggest psychological barrier you will face on your journey to success. We like to think that our friends and family want the best for us. We imagine a cheering section. But the motivationairy truth is darker. People want you to do well, but they never want you to do better than them. The moment you try to climb out of the bucket, whether by losing weight, starting a business, or quitting a vice, you are not just improving your life, you are threatening theirs. You are breaking the social contract of shared mediocrity, and the claws will come out. To understand why they pull you down, you have to understand the mirror of mediocrity. When a group of friends is all at the same level, same income, same fitness, same habits, there is harmony. Everyone validates everyone else's lifestyle. But when you start to improve, you become a living, breathing mirror reflecting their own lack of progress. If you stop drinking alcohol, your sobriety is an unspoken judgment on their drinking. If you start going to the gym at 5 a.m., your discipline highlights their laziness. You don't have to say a word. Your existence becomes an insult. Psychologically, this triggers cognitive dissonance in them. They have two choices. 1, admit that they could be doing better, which is painful, or 2, drag you back down to their level so they can feel comfortable again. Option 2 is much easier. They aren't pulling you down because they hate you. They are pulling you down to protect their own fragile egos. They need you to fail so they can say, "See, trying is a waste of time. It's better to stay here in the bucket with us." The sabotage is rarely obvious. Your friends won't say, "I am jealous, please stop succeeding." That would be too honest. Instead, they use what psychologists call the change-back move. It is subtle. It is disguised as love. It sounds like, "You've changed, you're not fun anymore." It sounds like, "Come on, one drink won't kill you." It sounds like, "Why are you working so hard? You're obsessed." These comments are Trojan horses. They look like concern, but they are actually anchors. They are attempts to shame you back into your old role. The concern troll is the most dangerous crab of all. They will tell you that your new business is risky or that your new diet is unhealthy, not because they have data, but because your potential success terrifies them. They are gaslighting you into doubting your own ambition. You must learn to translate their words. When they say, "You've changed," what they mean is, "You are no longer validating my stagnation." The hardest part of the crab bucket theory is the solution. To escape the bucket, you have to be willing to lose the crabs. This is where most people fail. We are biologically wired to fear abandonment. We want to be successful and keep all our old friends. But the physics of growth makes this impossible. You cannot hang out with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You have to accept the solitude of the ascendancy. As you climb, the air gets thinner and the crowd gets smaller. You have to be willing to be the bad guy in their story. They will call you arrogant. They will call you selfish. They will say you forgot where you came from. Let them. You didn't forget where you came from. You just refused to stay there. You have to cut the rope. It is a painful amputation, but it is necessary to save the rest of the body. However, there is a hopeful ending to this theory. The bucket is not the whole world. When you finally kick free of the claws and tumble over the rim, you don't fall into a void. You enter the ocean. And in the ocean, there are other things. You will find other crabs who escaped. You will find people who are also climbing, building, and growing. You will replace your validation network with a growth network. These new friends won't be threatened by your success. They will be inspired by it, because they are playing the same game. The tragedy of the bucket is that the crabs think the bucket is all there is. They think the only way to feel big is to keep everyone else small. But the motivationairy knows the truth. The ocean is vast, but you have to be willing to fight your way out of the crowd to see it. Don't be mad at the crabs. Just don't stay in the bucket.